Happy Monday.
Monday. Woo.
I'm ready for Friday.
You ready for Friday? But what? Yo, Ray, what was up with that, brother?
Oh.
That is Ray's mating call.
Y'all know I can't say
Yo,
that.
did you just finish watching Twilight or
I'm
something?
about to say that.
Hey, Team Jacob. I always get yelled at for singing in the bathroom all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of, how was your weekend?
It was good. My son's basketball AAU team is.
He's in AAU?
Yeah,
Nice.
they need help.
Oh no.
They need some help. It's
You gonna help him?
I try to from the sidelines, but it's not enough.
That's not enough.
I need to put on a jersey.
Oh wow, it's
Nah,
like that.
this dude trying to pull a Jordan. Are you serious right now? This dude's like,
Listen.
this dude, yo, you remember Jordan bought the got partial? What was he partial owner? And
What
then
is this? Is this
he was
like
in
LeBron and Bronny
The
playing
Wizards.
together? Is that what's happening
Bro,
right now?
it was like the Wizards. It was like the Wizards, and Jordan was like, "No, you know what? I can do
This
it."
was post baseball
Listen.
career Jordan we talking about, right?
The offense. Okay, this is the thing right here. They can't break a press.
Okay.
Okay.
Simple stuff, just passing, and they don't rebound.
So is this something you think is gonna get better as they have more time to gel and work it out, or
Oh no.
that does not
That
sound
that
encouraging.
sounded so frustrating.
That does not sound encouraging.
Well, as a basketball snob, they don't believe in each other
Okay.
because the point guard of the team.
Yeah.
I come from a generation where the point guard passes the ball first.
Yeah.
That's a different generation, bro.
And this point guard, he's good, but he's if you're not open in the first millisecond,
He's checking it up.
I'm checking. He driving.
Doing the most.
He is, man. He's
Doing
crossing
too much.
somebody over, and he's crossing somebody over,
Yeah.
going to the rack, or he's shooting. So with that mindset, if he doing that, and he's supposed to be the point guard, which is the leader,
Right. He sets the tempo.
I don't even
That's
think
the
it's like
pace.
that anymore. I think, what is the point guards these days anyway? What are they have to be?
They're
are they
aggressive.
Are they the facilitator, or is it the what do you call it? The center that's the facilitator now. That
New age point guards are a little more aggressive from what we grew up and used to, but
yeah.
you're still in charge with setting the tone, like
Yeah.
setting the pace, finding the open man. Like any successful basketball team that you watch, you'll see that they've got good ball distribution, right?
Yeah.
Because that keeps the other team busy. You're trying to figure out, all right, where's the shot coming from? Who's taking it? And defense quickly figures out, like, oh, so you the dude. Okay, all right, you're always going to go right. Okay, we're going to force you into a bad shot. And then what that does is when he finally does pass the ball, is either he's passing it under duress, which puts the other person at a disadvantage, or the person that's finally getting the ball is like, well, I'm not giving this sucker back because he ain't going to give it to me again. And
That's
they chucking
exactly
it up.
right. That's
So it's just bad. It's bad all around.
yeah, it's hard to watch.
Okay, it's like that.
As a parent, I can't even record sometimes. I just got to put the phone down and just
Oh really?
block out.
As a parent, as a basketball
Yeah.
connoisseur yourself,
man,
it's just
it's-
hard to digest.
It is. So
We should go to one of these games and cheer.
Oh,
I know.
Cheer Ray on.
I know.
Hey,
just to watch.
Yo, this dude is like,
We ain't even going for the team. We're just going.
Yo,
to watch
you're not
Ray
coaching, are
watch
you?
The game.
like you ain't
Hey,
coaching, are you? This dude is
I
passionate.
I can tell you this. You hear me out there. Like
Oh,
if
you vocal.
I'm very vocal.
Okay.
But it's not negative. Like
Okay.
it's always like
You can do it.
blackout.
Okay.
Pass the ball.
Okay,
Keep the
okay,
rock
yeah. So you
moving.
coaching.
Keep your hands up.
You
hand-
coaching.
Is their coach good?
Yeah,
They just don't listen.
He's just not listening.
Okay.
And I just say stuff like hand down, man down.
Yeah.
But I'm loud. I'm loud with it. And then I get to the point where I'm just like, so like a couple parents even said, you need to be over there coaching them because they're not saying that. And I'm just like, they saying it, but it just
It's not
kids
resonating.
not listening.
Yeah.
Got you. But speaking of Jordan's coming down from the high tower corner office
Mm-hmm.
and jumping into the uniforms and whatnot. He still has some game though. But I know you and I talked earlier this week, Ray.
Oh yeah.
And when did you know it was time to hang the jersey or slip out of that star role from point guard to role player?
Oh, a couple of years ago, I knew.
You can't appease. You made a peace with it a while ago.
Listen,
Lies.
hey,
I ball with this dude.
hey,
I ball with this dude, y'all. I ball with this guy.
He had the inclination a couple of years ago. Like,
Yeah, but he was fighting it. He was fighting for all the time.
The reality's a little.
So
a little more current.
so I played the other day.
Okay.
Haslam.
Oh,
Adonis, really?
Adonis.
Oh.
Haslam.
Let me tell you this. Now it takes me 3 or 4 games to get loose.
No.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
And by then, nobody want to pick him up no more. They're
That's
like,
right,
nah,
exactly.
you're
done. And you know when I go and I play now, they call me OG. OG.
Oh, that's
OG
when you
Blackout.
know.
Hey,
That's when he
That's
when he
you
said that.
know.
I
That's
said,
when you know. When you go from calling the older seasoned gentleman OG to you being called OG,
I know,
dude, when he said that, I was
it's-
like,
it's awful. But you know what, man? I still do the dirty stuff though. I'm like your
cleanup crew. You battling down low.
don't say. I was gonna say the least valuable player they can foul out because then he said it because that's only it's like
No,
who do you put on that? Oh, the
L-
one that you
the
can
LVP.
sacrifice. Yeah, the one you can sacrifice.
No.
So no, think about it. No, the way you were terming it, you were like, I'm the guy that does the dirty work. Like I'm the one that could get injured, hurt, or you don't mind gets fouled
that
out.
usually falls under the bench
No.
players. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's you be like, yo, go in there and get 3 quick
Yo,
fouls.
I was gonna be like Draymond Green, but Draymond Green is
That's-
valuable.
That's how I play like Draymond Green.
Play like Draymond?
Okay.
Hold on. I play that style. Doesn't mean I'm always effective like that.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to keep it
He's
real.
got good intent.
I'm
No,
gonna say
but
this.
I'll tell you right now, yo, your IQ. No, I'll tell you. I'm gonna give you your flowers. This dude IQ. That's why I used to love playing with him. And then I don't know if we were working out together. I don't know if he got the fever or something. Somebody was like, yo, he was playing with his kids, and he was like, yo, dad, you the shit. And all of a sudden, Ray went past the ball. I was like, yo, Ray, open. I was like,
he's accusing you.
no,
of
because
the
it was like
same
I'm
thing
like
that
he's
you're
gonna be
seeing
like
in his
LeBron.
kids right
I'm
now.
like he's gonna be like LeBron. He's gonna make the right decision. I'm all right. Someone's in a. Ray,
What?
what the hell you doing? Kick it coast to
Hey,
coast, Raymond.
You know
what-
how you
take it coast to coast.
you know how you watch the movies and like it's them old men watching the movies about their past
I was
and
like,
they think and they believe they the same person they
Right.
were back in the day.
yeah.
I have moments when I'm in the shower and I'm like, you know what, I still can do that. But then I get on the court and I
Yeah.
realize I
You
can't,
can't do it.
I can't. My mind said I could do it,
Yeah.
but my body reminds
Well,
me that nah, bro.
You say,
I think.
why Ray going coast to
I was
coast?
like, yo, you got the rebound,
Hey.
Ray. Yo, Ray, yo.
Ray, three people over, Ray.
3/4 coast.
Yeah, Ray.
I was like, damn, Ray. He's like, oh, Reg, I got. Yo, well, we walking on. We walking to the bench because we lost. I'm like, damn, Ray. He's like, oh yeah, Reg. I thought I. I'm like, the hell happened to Ray? Like, damn.
You know, Mike still ask about you though.
Mike, I love Mike, man. You don't listen to the podcast, Mike. Shame on you.
I don't know
You shouldn't.
if he
You shouldn't
does.
ask about me if you hear the podcast.
Right.
You should know.
Yeah.
You should know.
Come
But
through, Mike.
damn, Mikey.
Join the
And he's a
Bro-RantZ family.
chiropractor. He's a chiropractor.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's a Steph Curry out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yo.
really?
This
Oh,
dude can
he
shoot
can
lights out.
shoot.
Lights
Yeah.
out.
He
Dude,
can
he's
shoot.
like 5'4",
Sniper.
and
he
yo, you
don't-
can't even. Yo,
You can't give him a second. You can't give him an inch.
let me tell you, bro. His percentage of shooting is probably like 65%,
Yeah,
75. I'm being modest. This dude don't miss. Jeff, when I tell you this dude don't miss, he don't miss.
yeah, he'll light you up. Like before you know it, it's the game's gonna go to 16 first game, 12 the second game. Before you know it, it's already 16.
Yep.
We just started.
Yep.
Like,
Don't
Mike
play no
doing
D.
fine today.
Look, don't play no D.
He's like, that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to shoot. That's what I do.
Look, he's a cherry picker. You don't play no D.
Right.
He don't.
Mike at.
Yeah, he don't.
Like, why
Mike's
is this
sitting on-
dude always open?
Why is he
Yeah.
at the? Why is he at the look? Why is he at
Like,
the top of the key
Did
on
he-
the other
right,
side of the
like,
court?
like, why is he always open? Like, did he even come down for defense?
Exactly.
This go around?
Why he on the top of the key at the other side of the court? We on this side, Mike.
He's
Check
like, I
ball.
only play half court. Even
Yo,
when
Mike,
y'all
check
playing
ball.
full.
So,
Speaking of valuable people, Tom Brady.
yo, that was crazy when I saw that news blast come through. Just to be an analyst,
Here's
375.
Tom Brady should take on DJ Khaled's slogan. Because all this mofo
Yeah.
do is win,
Win,
win, win.
He does.
Okay? Like, you have to be a super salty person to not give this dude his due respect.
Oh, they
right?
are salty.
No, I know.
Oh, they
and,
salty.
and I'm one of those people, right? but you know, there's a part of me that
Yeah.
gotta recognize game, bro.
Yeah.
Like you look at this guy, what he's been able to accomplish on the field.
Yeah.
You look at like what he's got going on in his personal life. This man's got all kinds of sideshows on ESPN. How you supposed to be mad at that when somebody thinks of like, all right, well, what do I think I want my life to be like? All right, I'm going to go pretty low in the draft, and then I'm just going to come and explode on the friggin' scene and kill everybody. I won't be the fastest. I won't be the strongest. I won't have the best arm, but I'm going to kill you anyway. That's crazy, bro.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's phenomenal to be the person that he was from college to what he is today, where he's considered the GOAT, considered one of the best players. I mean, it goes from him being like considered the greatest quarterback of all time to being one of the best players of all time.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. His accomplishments probably would never be done ever again.
I don't know. You can be hard pressed. And the thing is, we are seeing some superstar caliber quarterbacks in the league right now, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been watching football a while. And as far as just like a concentration of like what feels to be super talent in the quarterback position, like that's the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's fun to watch.
I still don't know if any of these dudes are going to sniff what he's been able to accomplish when all is said and done. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So
I wonder. To me, I wonder what Giselle. Is her name? Giselle. I wonder what she thinks about
Model wife.
She doesn't. I don't think she likes it.
Because I don't think she likes it either. I think they literally had to like make him a deal that he couldn't refuse, that he can go back to his wife and say, he must have been like, yo, I'll be an analyst, but you guys gonna have to pay me to explain this to my wife because I'm getting out of the game. But analysts literally have to. It's almost like being in the league again.
Well, he's more than that. Do you know, like part of his thing is he's not just the analyst. He's also like their spokesman now for Fox.
Okay.
So like he has a deal where he's like, if they have sponsors that want to come in, they're gonna send Tommy. Tommy, go meet so and so at if it's shaving cream or whatever, or they got a golfing event. Tommy, can you go to this golfing event? He is more than just an analyst. I mean, he's gonna be.
Who's gonna be mad at me? Listen, I guarantee you can find the biggest Tom Brady hater, and you put him in his company, and he's out there shaking hands, having sips, eating hors d'oeuvres. You're gonna turn real quick, like I hate this man, but damn, you pretty cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I just think you're hard pressed. Now here's the thing, right? He may be a dick for all we know. I don't know, but I gotta tell you, you take a look at his track record. All I do is win, win, win.
I think Patriot Brady probably would be a dick, but I think Tampa Bay Brady would probably be pretty cool.
That's probably had a lot to do with the culture there at the time.
Yes.
Because you're right. Like the Tom that we see now, later career, post Patriots, definitely seems to come with a whole different energy.
It's so different
than Patriot Tom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you mentioned there was a lot of hate. Is this from other analysts that are complaining about this payday?
Well, I think no. It's more or less the people. It's not like.
Is it more so the players, or who's more so like hating on his?
Well, it's just
newfound deal.
What I said was confusion.
Oh, confusion.
It was confusion based on the fact that it was perceived that he wanted to go into ownership.
Okay.
For the Miami Dolphins.
All right.
And so for him it seemed like he took a step backwards. Even though the deal is great, it's a great deal.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he'll be making more now than he did in his 20-year career in the NFL.
Oh, wow.
He'll be making more in 10 years than he made in his whole career.
Yeah, no. They said he made $500 million.
What, in his career?
Yeah, $500 million in the NFL. So $375. So it's
still if you think
no,
about
absolutely.
it, it's more.
For
it's
like
more.
a fraction of the work. This man
Well, not even
lazily traveling, wearing expensive suits and eating and whining and dining,
not risking getting
and
hurt.
talking about the thing that he loves the most. And you're right. It's interesting about his wife, right? Because at the end of the season, actually, we'll dial it back a little further. This is confusing because technically this man is signed on to run it back another this upcoming season. So the fact that he's signing contracts for what he's going to do is super interesting because does that mean that we have Brady much longer? Like, is this potentially his last season?
I think it's his last.
Does he even cut out now? Maybe it's like, let me just go collect this $375 now and be done with it. It wouldn't be too late to bow out gracefully again.
He's going to do the 1 year, but what he has done, though, he has already given everyone their talking points. So if he has a bad season, Oh, Brady wasn't focused.
Right.
Yeah.
Brady was thinking about
He's
his,
running out 1 foot out the door.
yeah, 1 foot out, 1 foot in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what he's done. But I think he will do a great job. I think he'll do great.
You know what I was gonna say to you? I was like, it crossed your mind because I'm like, damn, what is LeBron gonna do once he retires? And I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? It sucks that that Brady doesn't think like LeBron or like Kobe. What I mean by that, as far as ownership, because I'm like, LeBron has his shows and then he sells his shows to these networks. So LeBron is like, if you want me to do NBA, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna have his own NBA whatever off of the NBA and analyze if he wants to with his friends sitting in a barbershop like he has his other. What was the thing? Shut up and dribble, and he took that and ran with that.
Which is an excellent show. Have you guys watched that show, The Barbershop? Like this barbershop segments?
I've seen some snippets, but I've not watched it. I know
slept-
Brady was on it before.
I slept on them.
Yeah.
I highly recommend.
I heard it
is
pretty good.
It is so well done. The way it's shot, the questions that are asked, the vibe, the energy.
Yeah.
It is like you go in there like, all right, I'm gonna change the rule, LeBron, and I promise you by like the second episode, you're like, oh no, I gotta keep watching this. It's really good. Check it out.
Well, honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys.
Okay.
I sleep on LeBron anyway because everyone always does this. Who's better, LeBron, Jordan? So I'm a Jordan fan. So
Ditto.
I'm gonna be more Jordan. And so when it comes to LeBron things, like for instance when he did the movie that copied Jordan, the
Space Jam?
Space Jam.
Well, come on now. They couldn't pull Jordan out of retirement to do that. Come on now.
I'm just saying,
It didn't need to be a Space Jam 2, though.
yeah.
Did LeBron produce it? Or did
I have no idea.
Okay, I
I'm
don't
just
know
saying
because I know he was supposed to do.
It wasn't a necessity. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't that good, in my opinion.
Listen,
it wasn't that good.
Okay, I understand.
But-
I agree.
But the point is, whatever LeBron does, though, is great. I mean, from the teams that he goes to, they're always championship level based on him.
Absolutely.
From what he does on the personal level, he does great things as far as he showed the NBA as far as you take care of your body, you can have a long, sustaining career.
Absolutely.
He also doesn't have any problems as far as his personal life, as far as relationship with his wife. No infidelity, no issues like
charity.
That. Charity work as far
Great
as
role
schools.
model.
Absolutely.
And you know what I do? I still sleep on LeBron.
Why?
No.
Oh,
but I'm the same way, which is why when I tell you that the show is good.
Yes, I believe you.
And you know what it is, too? LeBron has been so consistent that he spoiled us into believing that what he does is normal.
Yes.
I heard an analyst say that once, and I'm like, wow. When somebody is able to repeat greatness on a consistent level, they sometimes fool you into believing like, all right, that's just another day. No, what he's doing is not normal, and it's not
never been
that
done.
A lot of people can replicate. That said, I'm right there with you. I don't hate on LeBron, but when I think greatness, Jordan is always one, and it could be a generation thing. Jordan's just like the first person that comes to mind, and I do tend to approach LeBron with a very, I don't want to say I'm biased, but I'm kind of like, meh, and the truth is, that should not be the energy, because this man has been able to demonstrate not only as a professional, right, but as a young man entering in the league and having access to the type of money he's had, putting his friends on and putting them in positions of power, which they have taken and ran with on a whole nother level. And like you said, just being consistent both on and off the court.
And living up to the hype.
There's not too many people that's been able to do that or replicate
and
that.
living up to the hype. Hey, he did everything Allen Iverson was trying to do. He brought his friends, but not his cronies, with him, and actually gave them opportunity. He didn't pay for these guys to and lose his fortune and whatnot, get back his money, and have a bad influence. He actually had his core group, took him with him, gave him jobs, made his boy a agent at have his own agency. LeBron doesn't have any association with because it's illegal, but and then had once produced shows or whatever. I mean,
which even that move is a great one if you think about it, because who doesn't want to play with LeBron? And even though technically there's no connection, come on now.
Right.
All they did was just form their own big boy club.
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it all. You know what? Once you figure out how the game is rigged, all you got to do is find a way to get a seat at the table.
Absolutely.
Hova said it, right? And it's spot on.
Absolutely.
Just got to find a way to get a seat at the table. And they've been able to do that.
Absolutely. So, but I was just, just to bring it up, but I was just thinking that's how it crossed my mind. I was like, oh, I wonder if they would approach LeBron for some type of deal like that. But then I thought, nah, because LeBron wants ownership.
Yeah,
So
he does.
LeBron's not going to have anyone own him. LeBron's going to own his own product and then say, hey, you want it on your network? You're going to have to pay me this amount because he's just that smart. We don't give him credit.
Not only that, though, if we're being honest, the NFL is still king, bro. The NFL.
Well, I know they make more money. I know the NFL makes more money.
As far as just like, from a present standpoint, Brady carries, I think, more impact than LeBron does.
On what level?
I'm just saying from a.
I was say, what you saying? What
you
saying about? What you talking about, Willis?
I would say that A, the sport that he plays in. B, the fact that he's been able to accomplish something in a sport that no one else has been able to do, right?
Okay.
And C, just like LeBron, he's led a pretty clean life, right? Any issues or questions really revolve more around the franchise.
He's a cheater.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he is? Oh, yeah, you're talking about as far as the league? Yeah, he's right about the league, what they did.
Yeah, but if you're going to go there, then you got to look at LeBron and be like, okay, well, what about that deal when he was transitioning from high school into the NBA and he was taking stuff that he wasn't supposed to? So all I'm saying is,
what was he taking?
You look it up.
He got a deal with Nike for like $90 million, I think.
Yeah.
Before he even he had a Hummer in high school.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it was.
So I'm just saying, like these are all things that are outside, like they're linked to the person, but they're not like directly linked. All I'm saying is, I think as far as like
Tom won some games with his illegals. Jeff, that's pretty biased, bro.
But
Ray.
Even though I said I was joking though. I don't think even with the Deflategate thing. Let me just be quite clear on that one. It didn't matter if the ball was flat.
I'm about to say,
or full.
You still got to catch.
He still won a championship.
You still got to deliver.
He still won a championship.
All right.
Listen, no one hated more on Tom and still hates on Tom and that team than me.
I'm not hating.
As a Giants fan, I'm just saying, like, this isn't like, let's get up here and sing Tom Brady's praises. I recognize both of them for their greatness, 100%. I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, marketing goes,
yeah.
Do I think LeBron is going to touch a large audience? Absolutely. Do I think Tom Brady's going to touch a large audience? Absolutely. Which one is going to touch more? I don't know. I think, especially in this country, I don't know, maybe international. I think NBA has got a larger footprint. But, like, here in this space, I think it might be Brady, if we're just talking about this country.
And that's fine and dandy. So, before we don't even need to continue that debate. It's been settled.
Okay.
Ron is king. Brady can have his 375 analyst deal. 375 million analyst deal. Wonderful. And you're going to be
analyst, ambassador,
blah, blah, blah. And he's shackled down for 10
right
years.
now,
I don't know if him and Giselle going to have a divorce.
I'm going to tell y'all right now.
You might get a divorce over this.
In my opinion, that's never going to be touched, and this is just my opinion, is Michael Jordan. This man has not dribbled the ball in how long?
Forever.
And he is still making mint.
Yeah.
Off of his sneakers and his merch.
Yeah, yo, I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't know if anyone is touching that. I'll tell you this. LeBron sneakers are popular, but
not like Jordan.
They are not Jordan.
No, absolutely.
Like
no.
I just like
you don't see little kids wearing like.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like
when we're looking
time.
at who's at the top of the mountain, Bronny, love him, greatness. Brady, love him, greatness. Jordan?
No. Check this out. No, absolutely no, because Jordan changed the game, the culture. He changed the culture. He made sneakers acceptable in restaurants and public.
They are regurgitating his sneakers and selling it for like triple, quadruple.
Yeah, I know they won't let it go. And he's actually, and then the fact that they had to regurgitate it, like you said, and bring it back out and do the retro stuff. I think it allowed a lot of these NBA players like Penny Hardaway to still get income. Allen Iverson, because they pulled out the Reebok, so they can still have money. I mean, it's the ones that had a decent, successful career.
Yeah.
I mean, because you get the Air Force Max comes out, the Charles Barkley's. I mean, there's some iconic shoes. Sorry, Ewing.
No, Ewings are back too.
Ewings are back.
Ewings are back too.
But check it out,
Ewings are a hot seller.
When what's his name? James Harden got that deal for Adidas for $200 million, right?
Yeah.
He got in trouble for wearing a pair of Jordans.
That tells you everything. That tells you everything.
This fool got a $200 million contract to wear Adidas, and that fool decided to go out wearing a pair of Jordans.
That tells you everything.
But all right, so
About James
Jordan,
Harden.
no, you're good. Jordan's king of the shoes definitely changed the culture,
Yeah.
and like I said, he because of his branding and him being a billionaire now. But his culture has allowed, like I said, allowed NBA players that may have not had their money right have a second, have more income. Like I said, Penny Hardaway. I know he still had some of his money, but his shoes are awesome. I loved his shoes.
His shoes were very different.
And Half Penny, was it Little Penny?
Bo Jackson has some pretty good.
Oh, the Bo Jacks.
They came back out.
The Huaraches.
They came back out. Oh yeah, the Huaraches are Bo
silver
Jackson.
and black ones with the stitching. That is money.
So speaking of stitching, Dave Chappelle getting attacked. What you guys think about that? Do you think? Because I know a lot of people saying
That was a quick switch up.
yeah,
It was a quick switch.
I know, but
That was well done, though.
Well, we got to switch it up because we were carrying along on going all over the place. But
I think Dave Chappelle was wearing a pair of Jordans on the show.
no, but a lot of people are blaming it on Will Smith. Like as far as comedians are probably going to be potentially attacked for making jokes or whatnot. That's what people are. You thought it was going to happen. You know that was going to happen.
Stupid. Okay, people are just stupid.
But
What do you expect to happen when you charge a stage?
But dude, they said it was a homeless guy. Yo, it was like it's a center. They're like, yo, it's a homeless guy. How the hell did he get tickets? How the hell did he get front row tickets? It was just so much
It's a
speculation.
Feels like a setup.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
make
then
sense to me.
and then he had a phone, a replica knife gun.
Yeah,
Thing. Well,
All that's going to happen from this is that they're going to start having better security,
Agreed.
especially for a high-profile comedian like Dave Chappelle.
yeah,
We're not talking about somebody at the, behind the corner, around the street, under the tree club. We're talking about Dave Chappelle, one of the legends of the game. So he's going to have better security next time for sure.
But this dude got wrecked.
I was gonna say that. Did you see the outcome of that guy before and after?
Yeah, you talk about like how you go from homeless to like homeless and hurt and broken.
And
like,
did you see
his
the
arm?
part when Dave Chappelle was like, "Get him!"
You know, stop it. He goes, I think it was a trans man.
Hey, if I get my hands on him, I'm going to kill him.
He was like, I think it was a trans man. He goes, thank God he was goofy. Look, thank God. He's like, what did you say? Thank God he was goofy or clumsy.
But notice he knocked down Dave, and he didn't get on top of him and start punching. He just knocked him down like a football run.
Yeah.
And then he kind of got up and tried to get away. He didn't try to really hurt him though. I mean, he did run into him, but he didn't try to throw some blows on him or try to stomp him. He just knocked him down.
Well, I don't even know. Yeah, it was a weird
the
thing.
whole thing is weird.
It was weird, man. I was like, and not only that, like I said, they had the stomp team competition. They had a Zeta X in the background stomping him.
The Omegas.
Yo, Omega stomping his ass. Huh?
How did he get in the show?
That's what I'm trying to say. Dude is homeless, and he had front row tickets to the Netflix
how does
festival.
That happen?
Yeah, how does it happen? Yo,
I didn't even get in that show. I'm not homeless.
Super sus.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's super sus.
the tour.
It's super sus.
But so anyway, I was just wanted to touch on that because obviously it's
What's the
trending now.
lesson?
What is the lesson?
The lesson is if you're gonna rush a comedian, it better not be Dave Chappelle, not unless you're trying to get broken.
Exactly. They better not have the Omegas in the back as the security guards because you gonna get stomped.
Hey,
Listen,
what are y'all thoughts on Mike Tyson not getting charged?
Yeah, of course, that's what. I'm glad you brought that up because Mike Tyson shouldn't be charged. You have someone harassing. These are like to me like the
these are people that set out sometimes to get a reaction, hoping to get paid.
exactly. They're like the ambulance chasers when it comes to they're like the equivalent of the attorney ambulance chasers or the people that file claims that I've been in an accident, my neck, my back. These are what these mofos are, and you're sitting there harassing him. He's praying. What is it, that first class? It seemed like first class because he had like
those,
cubicles. He had like cubicles.
Yeah,
and
the spacers or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So and he already took a picture with the guy.
And he was loud.
Yes, and he kept going and going. And I'm like, listen, he's like, dude, when someone says Mike Tyson hit me, nah, you had a little. Mike Tyson didn't hit you, bro.
And what's crazy,
Mike Tyson did not hit you.
It's Mike Tyson.
Here's the thing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If you let's go with the ambulance chaser, right?
Yeah.
There's certain ambulances you chase, and there's others you know to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Leave
Mike
Tyson
you leave
alone.
MMA fighters, you leave alone.
Listen,
right? There's some people like you. If you're trying to get a quick payday, go for it. You know what I'm saying? But dude, like we were just talking about Dave Chappelle security.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson will leave you broken. Make no mistakes about it, right? Don't let the gray hair and the calm demeanor and his new sensei,
and
you
that
know
voice.
what, good living vibe fool you. He will hurt you, if not kill you.
Knock
like,
you right out.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
Stop it.
why. That's why he was in charge either. Because Mike controlled himself. It was like scuffles. Like, you know, if that dude got this, listen, he would have been. Look, he would have been at the corners. Okay, not the corner store guys. The coroners.
Mike
okay,
Tyson had his own video
with
game.
with a tag on his foot, and he still would have been. Look, even though they had his ticket. His ID, because he had aboard the plane, it would have been a John fucking Doe. Because
Mike Tyson
that's how
bit a man's ear off.
Yeah, that's how
crazy.
That's how unrecognizable he would have been. But go ahead, he was so crazy. What?
I was just gonna say that, you know, it was even reported that the same guy, he threw a water bottle at Mike.
Yes. But yo, what about the brother sitting in the background recording like this dude crazy?
Right, because he know.
Yo, he crazy.
He know.
I'm gonna keep this thing going. This
He
dude
know.
crazy.
He got brown knowledge. He's like, yo, so it's about to go down.
But you know what?
Brown.
That's brown knowledge. He knows.
But you
like,
know what?
like,
But you
this
know
guy
what?
don't know what's about to happen.
Yo.
I know what's about to happen.
You know what though?
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
That worked in Mike Tyson's favor. So he actually that probably helped Mike Tyson because they showed him the antagonizing
If
for however long
any
it
of
took
us
place.
was there in that moment, we're like, oh, this dude is about to die.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, it's brown knowledge. Everybody knows. Like,
just-
there's some things you don't play around with, man.
You
and
might,
that
like,
is
yo, I
one
took a
of 'em.
picture. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
Just imagine.
I would have got up and
That's
said,
enough.
hey, dog, you know that's Mike Tyson, right? I would.
He knew exactly what it was. Oh, it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson.
No.
I already took a picture with you, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, since we on the topics of like,
Yeah.
you know, swinging and taking people out, what do we feel about our boy Elon Musk? Talking about, you know, maybe readmitting Mr. Trump
I think
on Twitter. Like, how do we feel about that?
I think it's awesome
Okay.
because at the end of the day, we talk about this all the time, man.
We
Our
do.
culture is this cancel culture and not having freedom of speech. Do you realize you can't say certain things on YouTube and you can't say DB? You have to say DB instead of So instead of saying domestic B, you have to say DB because they don't allow certain words to be in the algorithm. You can't say I think you can't say trans something. It's just certain things that we've become so filtered that we're losing. We're literally like, here's my freedom. Here's my freedom of speech. Here, take it, guys. I'm okay. I don't want to talk. I don't want to lose this platform here. So the fact that Elon Musk bought it and said, "Yeah, did he let him back in, or he's debating?"
Oh, he was talking about that. You know what? He would.
Yeah.
He would readmit.
I think it's only right though, because I mean, you can't just because you don't agree with this guy is saying and you don't like what he's saying, or it could be offensive. You can go on Twitter or any other social media site, and you can find people, if not worse or whatever, that you don't agree with. You can't ban all of them.
Nope, exactly.
So why would you pick him because he's a political figure?
Not only that, do you see Twitter? Dude, Twitter, like, it's crazy. We're on Twitter, and then we get bombarded with only fan people. It's weird. So they have porno stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you get this guy from opening his mouth? But
We
this is acceptable.
You saying we got OnlyFans?
But no, we don't. Hell no.
Trying to get me killed, respond. I was like, what's he talking
I
about?
said they have only fan people on Twitter.
I just wanted him to clarify that.
Because
he said we get bombarded.
We get
And I'm
spam
like,
people.
who's we?
No, we get spam people like that are
you?
They say they follow us and they're just trying to like.
There's more us and we. What is
No,
he
I'm
talking
just trying to say it's crazy that they're letting. Listen, it's crazy that they let this thing through. They let things like that through. Is what I'm trying to say, right? I think the hypocrisy versus letting. Okay, you may not have agreed with him, but at the end of the day, he was the president.
Yeah.
So
You're fine.
half of America who votes picked him,
Yes.
agreed with him. So obviously you're discriminating against half of America or a group of people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I give you an example. Like I'm from the South, and there's a certain flag that I don't like.
Yeah,
because I'm from the South, and it means slavery. Now, as a veteran and a person of color, I still believe we're all Americans, and you should be able to fly the flag you want to fly, no matter what. I mean, even if I don't agree with it, it's your right as an American. So just because someone has something that you don't like doesn't mean you have the right to just ban them or pretty much exclude them from being able to be themselves.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, today's luxury becomes tomorrow's problem, right? So for all the people that feel like, oh, yes, he needs to be banned, he's spreading hatred and he's spreading misinformation. All those things may be true, but guess what? Today's Donald Trump becomes tomorrow you. And if you were okay with it when Donnie got banned and was unable to speak his truth, then you need to be just okay with it when you get banned from being able to speak your truth. And that's how we forego our little freedoms. It's never in big chunks, and that's the trick. That's what people need to realize. It's always in small movements. It's in small movements. And then before you know it, you're like, yo, how did we get here? We got here because we allowed our emotion to cloud our better judgment, and we need to be better than that. So that's one. Two, there's even speculation that Donnie being off of Twitter further improved his brand, right? So ultimately, these are situations where the thing that you're fighting against the most ultimately comes back to haunt you anyway. And so that's where sometimes it's just best to embrace it and let it run its course, because the truth is a lot of people believe that him being off of Twitter for however long now, was the last 2 years, whatever it is, probably helped his brand. It helped him maintain his hold, right? And so what does that say? That says that, you know what, I agree with you. I don't think all cancel culture is bad. I think as a people, if we deem something unhealthy or a problem to everyday people, then you know what, it's right that we band together and be like, no, we're not going to support that. You know, I do think cancel culture is a door that flows both ways, and you know, sometimes it becomes a tool of convenience. Like everybody feels some kind of way, and sometimes you just got to suck it up and be like, all right, I don't agree with that, but guess what? Like you said, that's your right to feel that way. You're just vocalizing how you feel, the same way I can vocalize how I feel. And if I don't want to partake in it, then so be it. But the whole thing, like, no, everybody needs to stop, you know, supporting this person. You know, come on, like, let's be better than that. But yeah, I agree with it as well. I'm not necessarily a fan of Donnie. Truth is, I'm not a fan of a lot of our political leaders right now, regardless of what side of the aisle they sit on.
So is he saying he's not a fan of Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy Joe has been such a disappointment.
It's like an upset.
Such a disappointment, just because I had such high expectations for what he could accomplish, and it just, at this point, I'm just like, yo, can we just speed up this clock and see what's on the horizon? It may not be better, but you know, let's just see. Let's just see.
I didn't. You guys knew that. I'm just talking about, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That was the greatest quote from Sleepy Joe.
Here's the thing, though. I wasn't a huge fan of his predecessor either. Like, so if I have to choose between the two of them, I dislike both of them equally.
I think this one's hurting us more, but that's just me.
No, see, you're looking at it as a lack of action, and sometimes taking action can be just as harmful. And not only that, but when you are selective in what action you're willing to take and the things that you're willing to address, understanding that, you know what, you do have a fan base and you have the ability to quell certain things just by a simple mention, and you're unwilling to do that, that right there speaks to me about your brand of leadership. So
brand of leadership, but
when it's about servicing you and your base, then you know what, you're not here for the greater good, you're here for you.
Yeah, but has Sleepy Joe serviced the base that got him in?
This is not a political show, so
no, it's not. But have you serviced the base that got him in?
Yeah, but so you rather, your argument is it's better to service 50% than whatever Joe is doing.
I'm saying,
once again,
no, I'm just asking you a
Joe.
question.
I'm saying Joe has done a lot of bad while he was in Congress.
Dude,
he's done a shitload of bad versus than Donald Trump.
We do not want to go down the road of people and their history.
Commercial break here.
Yeah, like, you are bugging if you're trying to take it to history and what these people are built off.
Oh no, I know. I completely say that.
Don't. Clearly, you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't even be going down. Both of these men are worthless.
I understand what you're
as
saying.
people and as leaders.
I understand what you're saying. That's that there's a lesser evil.
See, so it's crazy because then when people said that they voted for for Sleepy Joe because he was the lesser evil. You was up in arms. But then you turn around and you use the same logic. You said that before. Like, oh, these people was crazy thinking they're voting for him because you know what? He's better than what was there before. And now you're using the same logic. So which is it?
No. I'm not using the statement logic. No. Check this out. No. People were doing that, and I'm listening to the rhetoric and whatever he was promising, realizing that when this dude get in, it's going to be the same chit-chat, talk,
This is
whatever.
why we don't do political.
This is why we don't do political.
This is great, though. Because
no, this is what we don't do political.
The
but
difference is unlike what you're watching on CNN or Fox, where it's very one-sided, right? Like, I don't have a horse in the race, and I know Reg, we're pretty similar in our thought processes as far as our expectations.
I thought Jeff didn't have a horse in this race, but apparently he does.
But,
kidding. Yeah.
But I think this is the problem, is I think we turn to these pundits for how we should feel in the conversations that we should have, and we don't have these conversations enough. And I think we've been trained to believe like, oh, it's bad to have these conversations. They're not bad, because not until we talk and we get to a place of like, okay, well, what are my expectations and what are your expectations? And then we kind of work it out from there. So
the only thing I expect from these political leaders is one thing:
to take care of themselves,
to take care of that medical for all Americans.
Oh, so you talking about the social? You talking about the social health care, like they have in Canada?
Well, you talking universal?
No, I don't know what health care we should have. To be honest, we need something that people can have, they can afford it.
Well,
that's all.
The
that
crazy thing is,
they
there's
got
so many systems that other countries that have it, bro. It's crazy,
bro.
Like,
if we can send $40 billion to Ukraine, we should be able to take care of all people here.
And the thing about it, we can talk about this forever.
No, I know that, but
we won't have a recourse. We don't have any power to do anything.
No, that's where you're wrong. We have the power. We have been conditioned to
believe we don't have the power
because
the people have the right to take over the government.
Right. And not only that, the conditioning comes with the belief that like, we can't do anything anyway. Yeah. And then to further support it, it's like, oh, you shouldn't talk about it. So it's basically,
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we're not talking about it, and then you plant the seed of like, well, we can't really do anything about it, then you're just there eating crud all day. But if you actually are willing to have conversations and engage people with the understanding like, okay, maybe we can't agree, but maybe I can take away from something you're saying. Maybe you could take away something from what I'm saying. That at least gets the ball rolling. And I think that's why we need to move away from this like taboo of like, oh, we can't talk about religion. We can't. I mean, think about this. On this show, we've covered transgender athletes.
Yes.
We had a medium relationship builder. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
We've
paranormal. We have ghosts.
Paranormal.
No, you can't say us. You can't say us. We.
Well, I just said that because I wasn't a part of that show, but I mean, the show itself has covered that.
And we've also had a Jesuit,
Jesuit brother,
which is like would it be like a deacon at a Catholic church?
We had
so long ago.
we had our friend from Netflix from the show,
Sean Ellis.
Sean Ellis. So we've covered a range of topics that maybe other shows would be like, I don't know if I want to get into that. So I'm just saying, like, we can't be afraid to touch on things for fear of like,
Absolutely.
Jeff, what you just said there is so very true. It is, because most folks think the way I think or act the way I act, as far as we don't want to do it because we are afraid of discourse. We don't want to, I guess, rub someone the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what you said is so true, because if you don't talk about things, but what it is people aren't educated enough to talk about things. They don't have enough information.
But that's how you get there.
Exactly. By having conversations.
You have to educate yourself first before you keep repeating what you hear from somewhere else. You have to have real answers versus just repeating what you hear. And when you get caught that is not really true, or you don't have enough information, you look dumb.
But the thing is, part of the learning process, like for instance, I learn stuff from you guys all the time. I learn things from our guests, right? So there's a lot of times I'll go into something with the belief that, okay, it's this, that, and the third. And it would have been research that I'd done that I felt pretty good about, right?
Yeah, right.
And I will engage someone in conversation about something. It could be politics, it could be religion, it could be whatever you're into. And even though we may not agree, you know what? Sometimes it's not necessarily that they're arguing facts, but they just give me a different perspective on it, right? So the facts remain true, but the perspective and how, you know, the execution of whatever we're talking about carries a different tone. I'm like, wow, you know what? Man, I never thought about that. And that's why it's so important, because if you only align yourself with like-minded people, where's the opportunity for growth?
Absolutely. Right. Agreed. And you know what? Just like how Ricardo spoke, and he touched on things, and we were very, very uncomfortable. We are like, don't ruffle the feathers, man. The man still owns us. You know, it's like
Ricardo went full Wakanda that
day.
Yeah, I loved it.
Wakanda, he went Black Panther, he went everything.
On our position
on
the
Joe Rogan and everything.
And
the client that called the cops on you, but it's what he did is made sense. It's like what LeBron's doing. And again, it's what Tyler Perry said. It's what you know. Don't try to get a seat at someone else's table. Make your own table.
Yeah.
And I think where we're going, as far as, you know, we created this podcast, and it was seamlessly just to talk about certain things or whatever. But it's maturing into its own entity. It's evolving. And
that's because we are evolving.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
When we're maturing,
so we're maturing, and the stuff is like, now that we want to talk about more things that are deeper, more profound, and we still have our moments with the silly stuff. But at the end of the day, we want to grow as men, and we want to learn as men, and we want to be educated on certain topics and whatnot. So, you know, just into everyone's defense, you know, I think we're actually getting braver when it comes to this stuff and feeling more comfortable, because we don't even realize we're censoring ourselves.
But we're also getting better at articulating different points too.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't ever think we go into something biased, even if we even if we hold an opinion on something. We never approach it like, this is how it should be. I think we try to provide a perspective, like a broad perspective, and it's like, here's what it is. Here's maybe how I feel, but it's on you to figure out whatever it is, you know, you feel about it, you know. And that's why I think part of our growth has been a lot of the guests that we interact with, a lot of the research that we do prior to those shows. I mean, heck, these folks don't even know we have our own things going on behind the scenes sometimes, just between the three of us. And I mean, that in itself is a growth process.
Yeah, because we got like 3 personalities here, so it's you know, it's always, and not only that, we have 3 personalities here, plus we have different personalities outside of this.
Oh yeah.
So we have life outside of this.
We do.
So some of us do. Yeah. We all have lives outside of this. So the growth has been amazing, man. This journey has been amazing. It's been tough, but what I've learned, and it's true, anything you want is never going to be easy.
Right.
But as I know we're getting mushy here, but as we grow, man, I mean, as we continue, you guys are witnessing, whether it be audio, if you listen to us, and if you watch us, you guys are witnessing greatness. The reason I continue with this, the reason these guys still continue with despite the BS behind the scenes that have taken place here and there, is because we believe in something greater in this. And, you know, I'm content if this just stays where it's at in my casa, and, you know, we do this, whatever. But I just feel like there's growth. There's so much room, potential for success in the show. And I'm learning as we're going, and I'm loving the fact that I'm learning something each and every week. And, you know, like I said, this is my Bro-RantZ. So
hold on, I got one quick thing before we fall off topic. And this is regardless of party or leader. Like, what is one thing you think the government can do right now to create a positive impact, like, within our country? Like, just one thing. The same thing for you, Reg. Like, is there any one thing, like you mentioned universal health care, right?
No,
like,
I mentioned that we need to get the health care right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I never said universal health care.
You mean make it affordable? And
make it affordable where people can actually
take care of themselves.
Not have to worry about choosing between, like
grocery bills or go to the doctor.
I'm not going to the doctor because I can't even afford it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just make it where people can go. You know, just make it where people can feel like they can go to work and go to the doctor.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
That's one thing for me right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that making it easy for people. I mean, not easy for people, but making it realistic. You know, being able to to take care of themselves.
Okay.
I'm not asking for free,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying affordable.
Yeah, make it affordable, make it reasonable, make it make sense.
I don't know how they can do it. I mean, I have no idea, but I think it can be done.
Okay.
We can go to the moon. We can do anything. But people don't even go to the moon.
That's a sweet approach. You sure right?
Yeah.
Go to the moon. We should be able to do anything.
We haven't been back to the moon. There's a conspiracy on that too.
I believe that.
I knew when I said
Because
that.
we may not have even been to the moon, but
I knew he
hey,
was gonna
okay.
say that.
But that's just me, guys. I'm just the conspiracy theorist here. What can we do to make it better? I don't know what we can do per se. There's one thing to make it better, but I know you need to address a group of people that have been shitted on and the backs of America has been built on. And that is the indigenous people of this land.
I was waiting to hear it.
Right?
I was waiting to hear it.
Okay. We can speculate how they got here or if they were here before, but there's plenty of records that they were here before. But we'll play it by brought here on slaves. But at the end of the day, there needs to be what's that word, bro? Reparations
for the acres and the
40
mule.
acres and a mule, because it's not. And here's the thing: it's not a hand me out, and that's the thing about it. It's earned, and America's built off of passing on wealth, and you can't keep slipping the rug on the people and tell them tie their pick yourself up and tie yourself by your bootstraps, and ignore a class of people that continue to get shitted on, but their music, every influence in this culture of America is based on their backs. And I think once we address the bottom, instead of it trickling down, it actually roots up and creates something, prosperity, whether it be prosperity, where it be less crime, whether it be, a different frequency for this nation. I think it starts from the bottom, not the top, and no, from the bottom, truly the bottom. So does that fix everything? No, but does it make a lot of shit right? Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah. Got to plant seeds, right?
I got two things.
Okay.
One, I believe that our focus as a country should be around education. I think that we do not spend enough time or coin in education. And if you think about it, ultimately, education is kind of like the driving force in the mindset of the people, what takes place, what we're able to accomplish as a whole, right? So I think teachers need to be paid better. I think school curriculum needs to be revisited instead of this like archaic system that has been in place now for who knows how many moons. And there's been some revisions here or there. And I think most importantly that post-high school education should be free as a stretch, but it should be something that is affordable to anyone and everyone, right? Everybody should be in a position where they can go feel good about getting that piece of paper to put them in a position to be better for themselves and their family. Is it going to have an immediate impact? No. But what you're really betting on is you're playing the long game, right? And if everyone feels like, okay, I have access to the tools and resources to improve my situation, improve my mindset, regardless of what I've got going on at home, I don't have to worry about coming up with, $40,000 to $50,000 a year to go to school and get that piece of paper to get into the field that I want to get into. I think, maybe 10 years, you fast forward, you see the ripple effect of implementing that. That's one. The second thing that I think we need to implement is this two-party system is trash, okay? I don't think the forefathers ever intended for this two-party political system. And ultimately what they've done is they've created like this control system, ensuring that only the wealthy or people that roll within a certain circle are in a position to take up, state and federal leadership positions. And I think we need to revisit the structure around that to ensure that maybe not anybody, right? Because you don't want Joe Schmo at the corner who's got the sign up every Sunday saying, hey, I want to be president. But it shouldn't be so ridiculous that you need to raise millions and millions of dollars to even enter the ring. There should be like a cap, and it should be a fairly attainable cap that, if you could raise this much money, you could throw your name in the ring and try and get yourself into a position
I agree with that.
a leadership position.
That's
Because
very well
when
said.
when you close off, the ring, guess what? All the players in there are going to play the games that we see every day, which is like, I'm going to tell you one thing to your face, I'm going to do another thing behind the scenes, and ultimately all I'm doing is to further further help myself in my cause, and maintain my position of power. Because that's really what's happening in Washington. It is all about pointing fingers, no accountability, and everybody's in it for themselves, or for whoever's supporting them.
Another thing is, if you can only be president for 2 terms, then you should only be in Congress for 2 terms. Or Senate.
Yes, we need.
You
to
should
get
have
some of these
lifelong
fogies
career
outta here.
people that are coming in and leaving multimillionaires. Okay, and not only that, if a president can't if you can't teach a president new tricks because they have to be in 2 terms, how the hell are you going to teach these old ass people what's actually happening in society and how the times are changing and what's relevant and what's not? So
They need a clean shop, bro.
that's my thought. Yeah, they definitely need a clean shop, and I think Jeff just hit us with the rant of the damn.
Sorry, I
day.
didn't mean Bro-RantZ family. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I wish there was a way where we could make anybody running for office be 100% honest about what they're saying and what they're preaching. Like, how many times do you they have those ads?
Ray trying to give him truth serum.
I know. I was gonna say, what was that movie with
the truth serum?
what was that movie with Jim Carrey? We couldn't lie.
Yeah, but you see those ads and it's not even you can tell it's not even true.
The spin it's so disgusting. It's disgusting, and we should be better than that.
I don't get why they allow that. I don't understand that.
It should
that's
be,
why
that's
free speech.
That's why I don't watch
free speech
politics though, because of that.
Yeah, free speech.
It's a turnoff.
It is. I don't like to watch that stuff.
And on some level, some of these people in power are hoping that you take that approach, that you are turned off, that you're not going to be invested or interested in what's going on or how to change it, because all that does is further support, their position. So we need to do better, people. Like, I understand the workplace is one thing, but outside of the workplace, don't be afraid to have a conversation about religion. Don't be afraid to have a conversation about politics. Don't be afraid to have a conversation about sexuality. We are people, and we are all going through things, and we're all growing. And just because you hold a position today doesn't mean that someone could provide some perspective on that decision. Okay, so be brave. Have those courageous conversations.
Okay. So where do I sign up at, Jeff?
I don't know. We
you sign up at Bro-RantZ _ podcast. I think I hear that alarm. Ring.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Yo, good shit,
share.
fellas.
Hey, if you like our show, just please comment, please.
Yo, I tell you every week. Tell your brother, tell your mama, tell your father, tell a friend, tell your enemy. Tune in. Bro-RantZ is where it's at.
Yo, this dude's